And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are tonight. It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with us, basketball expert and former late-night comedy writer. If people don't know this, Bill Simmons.
Yeah, as soon as I left, Kimmel's show took off, so I think I was the reason.
You built the foundation for it, let's be honest.
I was there for the early years.
You said it was a very influential time in your life, a very good thing for you to do.
Oh, it was fantastic. I learned a lot. I learned how to get my jokes on the air, and I learned a lot about humility.
A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top and going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
Well, before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, we know when you talk about dedication, Chris Paul is among the greatest. Now, he says, I have a scary passion for basketball. I study it, I watch it all day, every day. I'm not the most athletic guy, so I have to use my mind and my knowledge of the game. Kevin, he is a professor out on the floor.
Tremendously competitive with great attention to detail, David. Thanks. Even before Dwight Howard, Bill, left the Rockets, Clint Capella became the clear heir apparent, it seemed, at that center position for Houston.
Great pick. I think they took him 25th in that draft. That's about as well as you can do. That's my hope for the Celtics with Rob Williams.
Mm-hmm.
They took him 27th, and you just hope he's this guy above the rim, shot blocker, athlete, and kind of teach him to do everything else.
Mm-hmm. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. We've got Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari is out there with Andre Robertson. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Paul in at the 5. Here's Harden. Count that one. Harden's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Rockets.
Oh, he is one hard player to deal with at the offensive end.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball against Harden. That's tipped. Outside, Green. Westbrook. It's deflected.
The defense from Andre Robertson is nothing short of sensational.
Paul outside. From 15 feet away, he doesn't hit that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. Pass to Westbrook. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And it's in there.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. He kicks it to Robertson. Harden against Gallinari. Just 5 on the clock. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for Oklahoma City. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Westbrook's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, this guy knows how to do this in the open floor. Russell Westbrook in transition is the most dangerous player.
Now we've seen some top prospects forgo college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League, and do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the #1 place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA awesome league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one-and-done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. They're playing all the way through till March. Whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, till round 2 in the tournament, which is March 20th?
Right.
And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't even finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
Here is Harden. Gallinari making his last shot. Harden outside. Good on the three-point shot. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now, here is Gallinari. Call outside, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And as we have a moment now, let's take a look at the three-pointer to two-pointer shot ratio here in the postseason for the Rockets.
And not too much leaning in either direction. They take shots from range, they take it inside, not getting locked into one pattern, and I think that's one reason why they have such a good flow offensively.
6 to shoot. Elbow shot, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Looked like some confusion defensively that time. Left him wide open for a nice look on the jumper.
Passes it to Capella. Paul with the steal. The pass to Robertson. Kicks to Gallinari. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. To the inside. Adams' shot is off.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways. If I'm getting to know you, what are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
Gallinari on the wing. Fareed defending. Paul with the buckets.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
Now here's Harden. He's got 7. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
It's good. Rockets trail by 4. Outside Westbrook. Harden outside. Fires the 3. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's 10 points for James Harden.
Well, just incredible instincts from Russell Westbrook. How about that pass? On time, on target, make it easy.
Gallinari in the corner. Adams outside. Paul outside. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from the wing. And no good that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. Bill, we've seen the NBA take steps to amend the draft lottery. Any further changes that you might recommend?
The biggest thing I would do is I just don't think you should be able to finish in the top 3 2 years in a row. I think there has to be some sort of schmuck insurance for the rest of the league. I'm fine rewarding the one bad season, but when you're just continuously bad, the year that Cleveland, when they won the lottery 3 out of 4 years, I just thought that was a travesty.
Just didn't feel right, did it?
No, it's just wrong. There's 30 teams in the league, and you have a team that really blows the LeBron James era and just surrounds him with the wrong people, and he leaves, and then really can't stay out of its way for the next couple of years, and they just keep getting the number 1 pick. I don't agree with that. I think that's bad. I also thought it was bad that Philly was able to get number 3 and number 1 in back-to-back years, and it's bad that the Celtics were able to get the 3rd pick and then the 1st pick.
Right.
So that would be the one thing I would do. I don't think it should. I don't think you should be able to successfully fail for multiple years.
Here is House. Gallinari making his last shot, and that one's good. House.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you love good offense, this is your game.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 8. Count it.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Schroeder against Rivers. Outside Gordon. Back to Rivers. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Clint Capella on top. The 4th spot held by Steven Adams.
As well as these two shot the ball, it was a nightmare situation for a defender guarding either one of them. It's so hard to stop them from getting their shots off.
Down low, Gallinari. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Gallinari's got 10.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now, here's Tucker. Gallinari covering. And Tucker kicks to Gordon. 3-pointer. Tucker can't get it to go.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Now, here is Gallinari. 10 points for him. Lets it go from 11, and Capella sends it back. Rivers against Schroeder. 3-pointer. Drops in the tray. Rivers has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Bill, 1 shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number 1 choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
And it goes down 2 points.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Pass to Capella. Here's Tucker. No points in the game yet for him. Rivers in the corner for the 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about him from one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run him off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get-out-of-my-way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
Here's Rivers. Gallinari making his last shot. Tries again. And it's Capella missing.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
They double him with Rivers. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got 16.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Rivers finds Gordon. Another miss by Houston.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Schroeder. Got a piece of it. Lets it go. Oh, a monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Oh, that's the type of clutch player he sees himself as. Boy, can he deliver.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
Well, you just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
Amon Shumpert is out there with Austin Rivers. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Gordon, and it's House in at the power forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision in LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Thunder shooting their first foul shot of the night. Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for the Rockets. Russell Westbrook comes in for Austin Rivers. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams, he's checked in for Gallinari. And it's Andre Robertson in for Ferguson. That's good from Schroeder. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Schroeder against Westbrook. Here's Tucker. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I know he's not the most efficient long-range shooter, but Tucker hits enough of those to space out the defense.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 8. He lobs it up, and Noel throws it down.
Okay, I've loved the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what I always thought the 86 Celtics were the best team. But the 86 Celtics were built I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play where you're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net. And they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the 86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after were theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the 86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the 01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they had won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did, and they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Picking back up, Bill, on our discussion of the greatest teams from different eras. What about those Chicago teams with Jordan in the 90s?
You know, the best one was probably the 92 team. But I really do think the league got a little diluted there in the 90s because of expansion. I don't think there was, like, the quote-unquote best Bulls team. I think Jordan was so great, he made it look probably a little easier than it was. But, you know, there's teams, they never really went against a great center other than 95 and 96 against Shaq. And, you know, the NBA pretends this never happened, but the Magic beat them when Michael came back from baseball, and Shaq and Horace Grant destroyed them. They were just too big for them. So, you know, for me, I still think that Shaq-Kobe 01 team was really great. Like, those guys were averaging 30 points a game each that year. And were just unstoppable. All the role players were really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celtics, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his powers, like, I would still say them.
And he makes the first.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Robertson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 5 to shoot. To end the run. Westbrook pulls it in.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017. And in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in there.
All right, we'll put him in there. I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing. We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like, I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like, we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, you know, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games, they had 4 All-Stars? the league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or, 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, and Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
And so here is Oklahoma City, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to the right wing. Here's Robertson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 7. Robertson kicks to Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Noel passes to Robertson. 6 to shoot over Green.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
Robertson can't hit. Harden outside. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Kicks it out to Paul. Passes to Noel. Paul against Westbrook. Now here's Paul from deep three-point range. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season put up about 30 points a game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 10-point game. Robertson finds Noel to the paint. Adams with it. And he banks in the layup. Adams has got his first points of the game.
This is Steven Adams at his absolute best. This guy is a high percentage shooter because he understands how to use his frame.
Now here's Harden. He's got 12. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And for that game against the Warriors, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
Free throw good, James Harden. Gallinari, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Both shots good from the stripe. And here is Paul. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Good work defensively by Harden. Houston leading by 10. To the middle. Here's Fareed. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Now, here is Gallinari. 16 points for him. Here's Robertson, guarded by Harden. Westbrook against Paul. And that one drops. Paul's got his second basket of the night.
And when he takes it inside, the points are going to come, whether like that possession or just getting to the line.
Westbrook dishes to Harden. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. For the Rockets, House is checked in, and it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Ferguson's checked in. So it's the Rockets now. Green taking his time here. Rocket 6 connects on the foul line jumper. Green's got the lead up to 12 now for Houston.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Paul outside. Charity stripe shot. That one off the back iron and out.
You know, they're trying to battle back, but he's missing shots this period.
Green kicks to Rivers. This one for three, and another three for Houston.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the three at almost 60% for the game.
The pass to Adams. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Harden. .151 left to play here in the second quarter. Pulls it up. Here's Adams. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
On the wing, Green. He has 5. Capella inside. Adams on him. Gets the three-pointer to fall. House has got 5 now.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
There is always a spirited discussion when Bill's involved. Not afraid to share his personal views.
Yes, Kevin, he has broken the internet once or twice. This guy is no stranger to controversy. But I will say this, he is passionate about the NBA.
The Thunder have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
One of the worst in the league a season ago, just 72%.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Gordon comes in for Green, and it's Amon Shumpert in for James Harden. Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Chris Paul. And that one misses. Houston leading by 14. There's 45 seconds left in the first half. And it's Gordon missing. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Yes, that goes in.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Rivers following the score by Oklahoma City. Outside jumper. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of the game. Chalk up 2 there.
You see how well Shumpert uses the screen. He is so good and hard to deal with in the pick and roll.
13 feet away. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Inside, House. Bucket is good. House has got his third bucket of the night.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Rockets on top, up by 16. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they went downtown and threw a party, and fortunately, we were all invited. The key is their shooters weren't afraid to pull the trigger on open looks, and it's a blowout right now.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
Day turning tonight here in the Southwest. We're in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Gallinari, what a contribution.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Andre Robertson. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it is always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era when the reality is those were up-tempo Showtime type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Robertson has it in the corner. He dishes it to Adams. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Takes the 3. That shot off, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. Pass to Paul. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander on the mark with the 15-footer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9.
Really like the energy I'm seeing from this offense. 3 for 4 to open the third.
Harden outside to the paint, and the dunk by Capella.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Harden. And the foul on Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Adams. Paul with the 3.
Boy, the ground Russell Westbrook can cover. It's incredible. The speed, the wingspan, breathtaking.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Paul.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
Outside Westbrook. Oh, Fareed in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And Kenneth Fareed, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
Andre Robertson finds his way close to the cup and stays focused. Nice.
Harden scanning the floor, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Steven Adams picks one up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot. And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
Free throw good, James Harden. And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
Thunder trailing by 18. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Gallinari. Inside. 4 on the clock. The shot. It's rebounded by Houston. Westbrook's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
What I love about Russell Westbrook is his single-minded pursuit of a championship. But boy, you better bring your game if you're a member of the media. He wants good questions in an orderly fashion.
The Rockets have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook with plenty of accolades to his name, but all interview team, Dora, is unlikely to be mentioned there.
Kev, I wouldn't call him loquacious in the postgame. He lets his play do the talking, certainly. And Kevin, that speaks volumes in and of itself.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
So Russell Westbrook, the man who only got a college scholarship because someone else didn't want it, comes into the NBA as simply an athletic combo guard, has turned himself into one of the NBA's best. What a story, Mr. Harlan.
Here's Green. Gallinari making his last shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Russell Westbrook's mantra is, why not? Way of daring himself to greater heights.
I think, Kevin, in time, it became a way to build confidence to take on the world. That why not? Who says you can't? He lives by that maxim, and I love it, Kevin.
And that one falls for Westbrook. Well, Doris, we've seen how much organizations set the tone, set the culture from the top on down. What common traits have you seen among successful team ownership?
Well, boy, oh boy, so many, I think. Obviously, there has to be some level of financial commitment. You have to be willing to hire good talent. You have to be willing to hire coaches that you believe either developmentally are going to have a bright future, or if you're hiring an experienced coach with championship pedigree, are you willing to pay those types of positions? What is your commitment to the non-traditional aspects that we've seen take a more informed role in how decisions are made? What is your analytics department made up of? What is your nutrition, your strength and conditioning, your training program? Are you hiring top-level professionals across the board? And then to me, it's always about, there's a great quote that says, any organization is defined by the worst behavior tolerated at the top of the leadership position.
Houston leading by 17. Harden outside, shoots from 12. That one wide left.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field.
The shot's good from Paul.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Harden kicks to Westbrook. The pass to Fareed. Houston moving it around. Yep, that one goes in there. Harden's got 20.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Pass to Noel. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Gallinari. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Fareed. And the rejection by Noel.
This is a staple of his game. Nerlens Noel sends it back. I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
Gallinari outside. To the wing on the left. Passes to Robertson. Paul against Green. Pulls up on the wing. Green with the rebound.
Boy, terrific defense to impact the shot, not giving him any space at all.
Harden gets the bucket.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game so far.
And that's an example of his athleticism, right? Nerlens Noel, the ability to leap up and ram it home.
Now here's Harden. He's tightly guarded. Tucker. A three-pointer off the mark. And it's Paul with the ball for Oklahoma City, trailing by 19. Out to Gallinari. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul against Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Well, despite his struggles from the field in this period, you know he's going to keep asking for the basketball.
And Tucker has it in the corner. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Tucker's got 8 points.
If they think they can give him that shot and get away with it, think again, gentlemen.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Harden. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball, and Green gets it to go.
And you just got to love the way he moved the ball. Very unselfish.
I tell you, he's looking to set up his guys as much as possible, and you can tell his teammates really appreciate it.
Now here's Paul. He's got 11. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he makes good on the layup.
Timeout, timeout.
Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Houston with a big group substitution here. House is checked in. Gordon comes in for Green. Amon Shumpert's checked in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
Now Schroeder. He's got 8. Here's Diallo. Schroeder with the ball. 5 to shoot. That's tipped.
Well, statistically not the most imposing shot blocker, but he gets every bit of that one, did Tucker.
Houston making a switch here. Capella's checked in. The pass to Shumpert. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 8. Back to Rivers. Four on the shot clock. 16 feet away. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's Gallinari missing. Houston leading by 20. The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one-sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community. He doesn't let that possession go to waste, Kev. He's going to feed on those second chance opportunities. Boy, that's pretty work.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Back to Rivers. To the inside. And the dunk by Capella.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Now here's Schroeder. 8 points for him. Diallo kicks to Gallinari. He gets it in there. Gallinari's got 6 in the quarter.
What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
Pass to Gordon. Lets it go with the 3. And the 3 ball is good. And the Rockets lead by 21.
So many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Here's Ferguson. He has 6. Passes it to Diallo. Noel down low. Capella covering. Sinks the three-pointer. Ferguson's got 9.
Wow, look at the way the big man Noel set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
For 3, Gordon, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Now, here is Gallinari, guarded by Tucker. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 11. Shumpert in the corner. Back to Gordon. From deep. But they get it back. Misses there. And so it's Houston. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. They've got Kenneth Fareed. Amon Shumpert is out there with Rivers. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Gordon in at the 3. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Shumpert. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Thunder trailing by 15. Schroeder, right side. Fareed against Gallinari. To the paint, here's Adams. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 8 rebounds in this game. Rivers against Schroeder. Rivers passes to Shumpert. Here's Fareed. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
You know, I think he senses a team on the ropes, and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again.
And the Rockets with possession here. The Thunder making the shot. Gordon finds Rivers. Down low, Capella, the pass to Gordon. Kept alive, Fareed. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
That's a big payoff for crashing the offensive boards. Go to work.
Fareed, no good on the free throw.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Now here's Shumpert. Gordon dishes to Rivers. Back to Gordon. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
Here's Rivers following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like on Thursday. They'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
A free throw drops for Rivers. And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offensive success with this development as a long-range shooter. It's gotten to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. That one misses. Thunder trailing by 16. Robertson kicks to Gallinari. Pass to Diallo. Now Adams, guarded by Harden. Three-pointer. And it's Schroeder missing. For Houston, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And it's slammed in by Fareed.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now, here is Gallinari. Out to the right wing. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Gallinari's got 24 points.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Harden finds Gordon. Back to Harden. The tray. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 25.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
The pass to Robertson. Here's Diallo, defended by Gordon. Pass to Gallinari. And it's Schroeder in the corner. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
And Fareed with the basket on the assist from Harden. Fareed's got 10 points here in the second half. Thunder trailing by 18. Out to the right wing. Gallinari passes to Schroeder. Diallo kicks to Gallinari. And Fareed comes to help. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Yeah, just stepped out of bounds as he tried to slither around the defender there. Good job by the D to cut him off.
For the Rockets, Gerald Green, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Austin Rivers. And then for Oklahoma City, Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Diallo. And Paul's subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Now here's Westbrook. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Russell Westbrook, an absolute terror, someone who uses his body so well to draw contact.
Russell Westbrook. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Westbrook. And both free throws good for Westbrook. Doris, for both charting game action and improving player health, the players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like that. And the first one at the line is good. Andre Robertson played power forward, Doris, at Colorado. He has slid all the way down to shooting guard in the NBA.
Well, I like that you used the word guarding, because that is why Andre Robertson is in the NBA. He is an elite defensive player. He can guard across multiple positions. And you think about who he's matching up with on a night-by-night basis. Whether it's 1s, 2s, or 3s, this is one of the more disruptive defenders we have ever seen.
Poked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fareed.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
And here is Paul. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That one misses for Paul.
And any discussion about CP3 has to start with his hands. The dribble moves, all the steals he gets, he uses his hands better than just about anybody.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Capella finds Fareed, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Steven Adams picks one up.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
That free throw good from Fareed. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year. And, you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin. And I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. Rockets leading by 18. Outside Westbrook.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Westbrook.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
Count that bucket. Westbrook's got 12 points in just the second half.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Call against Westbrook. From 11 feet away, it's rebounded by Houston.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Passes it to Gallinari. Doris, what is your solution to the controversy surrounding one and done?
Kevin, I believe the one and dones will be a thing of the past, and I think it will happen shortly. And the reason that can now become a viable option is the G League holds the key. You can now allow players to enter into the minor league straight out of high school. If they raise the salary of those G League players, then it helps across the board.
Here's Gilgeous Alexander after Clint Capella's bucket. The pass to Gallinari. Misses off the right iron.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Now, here's Capella. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
First free throw is good. And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer, a striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, you know, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start.
He hits both from the stripe. Oklahoma City has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. To the left wing. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Paul goes in over Westbrook. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 8 here in the quarter. Rockets leading by 23. Harden kicks to Westbrook. Capella against Adams. The 3 from Harden. Bangs home the trifecta. Harden's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Rockets.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Paul passes to Gallinari. Here's Gilgeous Alexander. Down low. Here's Adams. Plays it up and banks it in.
Playing in a crowd is nothing unfamiliar to Steven Adams. In fact, I think he enjoys it.
Al Harden. Players going to great lengths to improve their performance and extending their prime years. We're seeing it all over the league. Doris, it amazes me.
I heard a number of LeBron James spending 7 figures a year.
Wow.
That's a 1 in 6 zeros to take care of his body.
No kidding.
Right. Making an investment in your future. Understanding nutrition to training to recovery. Listen, you have a limited window, Kevin, to make money with your body if you're a professional athlete. So why you wouldn't want to extend that window as long as possible? You're playing a kid's game for fun, Kevin. Come on, let's lengthen it out if we can. Well, listen, there's no one around him, and he says thank you very much. Wide open look at 3, as easy as that.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. Out left to the wing. Here's Patterson. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Well, the nice rise and fire on the jumper. Patterson taking advantage of the space given.
Houston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Shumpert passes to Hartenstein. He kicks it to House. Outside Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hartenstein, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Rockets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, his assist total to me is the most telling stat. This guy created, he made sharp passes, and the defense was always reacting to him.
Here's Paul following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Paul against Westbrook. Paul finds Patterson. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
Now here's Westbrook. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
Here's Paul. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control.